and then the people who are just not there with a good game plan are the ones down bad. Right now, it's really up to position overall. Look at the effect that kind of breakdown has. Benji forced to go close for a fight, but it's against Noah Riley and Vidil.
This is it. This is going to be a huge engagement. Vidil's trio loves to fight, and Benji, Matzo, Amplify are all for it because they need Storm Surge tags. Let's see these two Titans collide here. There is 3 trios sniffing around the Holly Hedges, but this is going to be a blockbuster fight. And look, we have Pink Stompy here as well. So a lot of trios who are in this area that land here are needing Storm Surge tags. And looks like Pink and Stompy and Trulix, they don't want a little bit of it. They're trying to rotate here, but Reason, oh, he gets a big tag. Just a little bit too late with that build to block. They just want to hold on as much resources, and Reason says, not so fast, Sancho. I'm going to 180 that and go right back into the fray, but I think Noah Riley gets cracked right then and there. This is going to be a huge engagement. Can Reason go ahead and close out Nico quickly? Noah Riley goes down, so now it's up to Reason and Vidil to hold on true here in Holly Hedges. But look, the Trainhard boys are still here to fight, Shyo.
Still here to fight, but this is so bad for Reason so far. Gets the final knockdown onto Freddy, so it looks good there for now. Still, it's a 2v1 type fight. Split teammates as well. Nico trying to knock on the walls of Reason at the same time. 1,000 damage above, so they really don't need to be here, but now they're forced to have to pick up that reboot too. Trulex is just waiting and watching on the map as well. If you guys don't see it, it's the green arrows for who can win this fight. And I talked about it. Oh no, unfortunate. Vidil, Noah Riley go down at the same time. Reason 2. What does that price equate to as well? You look at the leaderboard on the left side of your screen. It is a very close game still between every team. Just one fight can change the way your stature is so far today. And although the first place team of Pink, Trulix, and Stompy are alive in the game and way far ahead, there's a chance for everyone to catch up right now. Paco, Queezy are going straight into the box looking for their big shot, and they do find a few onto Teak, onto Seti, but can they get Cammy is a question. Paco has to back out. Cammy is not going to go down without a fight. Teak, though, fully eliminated.
Now you're seeing this is engagement that Paco and Queezy are taking because they rotate to the edge of the storm. If the POI is basically the safe zone lands on them in zone 1, they went to the edge looking for storm surge tags as per usual. But that means they're going to run into the big names like Tayson Savage and iDrop who are coming from Salty Towers.
They're all forced on the right side, and just look at the difference in kind of atmosphere between Holly Hedges and then somewhere near Salty Towers. The left and the right, it's basically peace versus war.
Now we're seeing some new names into the broadcast. It is Michaels, Verox, and Mexi coming into the fray. For the longest time, we were always asking, what would they do? Where would they land? They usually love dirty docks, especially Vox. I mean, that's where he made his home when it was introduced in Chapter 1. So they made this rotation all the way down to Dead Side. Now they're fighting off the scraps here of that Holly Hedges scrum. And Nico literally has no choice but to go into the storm to fight and survive as much as possible. Mexi's not gonna let this go, but hey, Karma's trio's on the backside here. There's so much action here at Holly Hedges, Shyo. But that is a trio that has been pushed out of their major POI regarding the heat stage. They're out in Stealthy Stronghold, but these are edge fighters. They go to the edge and they love to fight. They look for Storm Surge tags on the storm side of things. So let's see how they continue. For the first time in the broadcast, we see Mr. J's trio setting up on the outside of that mansion. That's a trio that we have to keep their eyes on, because if they survive, that means they stayed away from Vidil's trio the whole time.
A lot of height too, which is so impressive, but for height, this will be a very different game. I would say easier than most because everyone's in shambles, but at the same time, it's gonna be risky if people do make desperate plays for high ground in that 7th zone. It gets very tricky. Boyer's trying to get that clutch. 3 different trios to go down. Sniper is gonna beat there, but not gonna be possible to hit. Miro, Swag, they'll be able to pick all that up. Wow, still everyone in their box is fully reserved. There's not even an RPG in sight. There's not even a really big base to snipe. No one wants to try it, and yeah, no one has height. And Thomas HG Flickin' and us have a max rotates.
This is going to be crazy. We saw Thomas HG hit a crucial snipe on that rotation. There's literally probably 3 trios have short rotations here. One is barely just in.
Every trio's bleeding in mats right now, and the wound is only going to get wider. They have to move across complete open terrain with no recycling available just yet into people like Mr. J and Light who are low on surge.
They're going to need their tags now. They're the ones that's sitting on top of the match, and they have that height right now. So every tag here is going to be vital for them because, hey, the rest of the lobby, child, they see that purple lightning riding down, and they know height's going to be free in the moment if they could aggressively push it.
Well, they're kind of the lighthouse for this rotation. A beam on every single person. Actually, the base gets dropped down. The bulb has a fuse. And their vision is basically obstructed. They're not going to be able to bully any other team or go for any shots right now. They have to rebuild. That means it's a free rotate for the Guild Gamma trio moving in. I was going to say CRR's trio is kind of like the checkpoint on the left side, but his teammate goes down. Flick actually finds CRR. Leo taken out by Thomas. So they have a completely full revitalization to get back into this game. Light is there too, looking for shots. RPG knocking on their back door. Pink and Trulix might have height once more.
Thomas AC's trio picking up CRR trio on the rotation. Remember, if you come in late, Thomas AC trio is going to find you, and they just did. That's how they got so many elims. Hen applying the pressure on Thomas AC with light on height, applying more pressure than the metal builds come out. They're trying to survive that rotation. Let's see where Zone 6 goes.
No.
The first move in.
Have they done it again? I'm looking at height right now and exactly who's there. First moving does bounce towards every team's advantage.
Yes.
But it is indeed the team we saw before having height. Once again, Trulix with the RPG has built over. They will have to check Mr. J. Benji amplifying Matzo alive on low though. And they have the room to create space. They have zone.
This is big. This is where Amplify wants to be. And Matzo's going to be the lead target here. He's going to have these crazy rotations. Expect the Elim feet to light up with Amplify, Matzo, and Benji. Benji has free reign to roam around. Edit. Look for some big tags. And he has that purple tag to do some damage. But look who's at height up there on the other side. It is Stompy Peak and Trulix rearing their head again and again, armed with that RPG.
This is not part of the script. We weren't supposed to have the same team basically in the best spot to win 2 games. It's supposed to be a one and done, but they have an RPG again. They're looking down on every trio who I mentioned is bleeding. These have been 5 different max rotations for some of these teams. Where are they getting these mats? Are they pickaxing the air and getting free wood? I'm not sure, but they're still here with the refreshes. Benji will be the most comfortable somewhere close to the front side of the zone. All the way on low though, Verox is trying to stay alive. Benji actually moves all the way over with Amplify and Matzo to a mid-ground layer. Trulix is beaming all the way towards the back. I'm wondering how many rockets he has too as this entire zone moves right to left. A side scroller effect kind of takes hold of the zone. Everyone just has to move straight. They can't edit their paths left or right. A zone almost actually messing up low ground by elevating, bounces back. So everyone now gets a chance to stay alive for a little bit more. Placement won't go down as fast. You can hear the silence just in between these shots. Storm Surge still flying down too. Flick knocked on low. Fleckin taken out as well. So Fleckin Bayon made it this far, but one of the best trios in the lobby has been flopped down. And it won't take Verox at Dirty Dogs to do it this time. He'll do it in the end game.
We're in a top 12 here, folks. Top 12 placement points are being kind of sent out there as Tayson goes down there to Savage goes down as well. Aware picking up there. Swag is still in this fight. They're fighting right now. Now we're in a top 10 situation here. A lot of shots ringing out down below, going through old builds, making crazy peats, looking for opportunities. Janice picking up a Elim on Mexi. Now we're taking a look at the rest of the way. Amplify is up. Thomas HD is up, getting a 1 on Chapix and Hen. Titans colliding on the low ground and mid ground. Benji picking up a knock. This is Benji, and he gets a complete knock on Snag right there. And this is what I'm talking about. When this trio is together fighting on the dead side rotations in congested zones, they are dangerous. And right now, 5 E-limbs going right before the final ninth zone.
3x3 box space of control as well for that trio. Mr. J knocked off of height. Light not shining today so far, but they found space in the darkness down below and low. They have to be careful though. Benji amplifying Mats will be next to their box. Drop down instantly, and Light taken out in a flash. No damage actually responded by towards Amplifier Matzo either. This is very good. 6 eliminations. They have to find the refreshes in the builds though. They're running out. Benji on his last 8 picks up a few more. Picks up even more after the fact. Waka, this town is waiting and watching. Cubix finds him though. Artur and them are alive on low. We've seen how good they are in this spot, but they get pinched by Benji in the final moment. It was peaceful times on height. Suddenly though, Trulix is knocked down, and now Stompy has to do something.
This is going to be difficult. Advice now gets taken out by the Trainhard duo alongside with Benji. Now it's a battle between the team that's been mopping up the floor versus the team that's going on height. It might go down a heel game, but remember, Shio, the wood builds above are not strong and they're running out. Stompy's down the wood builds, and you hear the chop going down from the team down below. Matzo with some big tags. Amplify with some big tags. Benji gets tagged. Benji with the flick of the wrist, getting the E-limb, and holy.
Every single player is pretty much stuck on that right-hand side.
Yeah, it's super unusual to see that many teams just not, rotating like all on the storm line there. Like, I think that's why like it's really important to highlight, because there are teams who, their whole play style, the whole essence of how they play the game is.
Yeah, and actually what I said to Levin in the back was, when we saw Hen, Janus, and Chapix ahead of Zone on that first moving, I said, these guys are going to get 10 eliminations that game.